Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Wrestling vs. the World podcast. If you're enjoying your day, sweet. If not, well, what the hell ever. So, this was one that I by the time I'm recording this, I briefly talked about this kind of in my Discord server. But I wanted to discuss this because this pay-per-view, at least within one moment, really soured me in WWE in a way that it still affects me to this day. And that was Hell in a Cell 2018. So I kept having to look back on the date of this because I got it on Wikipedia because I kept thinking that this pay-per-view happened in October because that was the month we kept seeing it since 2009. But instead, it's a reminder that, hey, no, this year it happened in September because it happened the month after SummerSlam. So we remember the main event was Roman Reigns, who was the Universal Champion, versus Braun Strowman. Braun was getting his match because he cashed in his Money in the Bank briefcase ahead of time saying, hey, my title shot is, or should I say title match, because Vince doesn't like that word, shot. Damn, pal, it's a title match. All the other bullshit. Cashed in just like Rob Van Dam did, saying, hey, I'm going to have this title opportunity against you at this date. And he chose Hell in a Cell. So Roman, he's defending the title against Braun. And Roman, he finally won the championship from Brock, who had held the championship for a year and a half with that part-time schedule that we all got sick of. And that whole Suplex City, bitch, shit that got old. And let's be honest, you can only see that stuff so much before you get sick of just seeing him do the same 2 or 3 moves every match. It's over and over again. So, Brock is finally no longer champion. Roman's champion at last. And yeah, I know people weren't hot on him, but I prefer Roman being champion finally instead of Brock keeping that death grip on the belt. So, we get this match. It's the main event. And they add Mick Foley as the special guest referee. Because, of course, who knows Hell in a Cell better than Mick Foley? He's made a career out of a bunch of big moments involving the cell here. Now, to be honest with this match itself, I don't remember a whole lot. I mean, I do remember, like, Roman and Braun, they did very well in matches together. They always felt fun and interesting and stuff like, I'm not finished with you, and tipping over the ambulance and any other destruction Braun was doing at the time to get over. But it felt like this was like, even though Roman was not over in a positive way with the fans, this was a breath of fresh air instead of just seeing Roman or Brock just hogging the title all the time. Because like it was supposed to have happened back at WrestleMania 34, but Vince just thought, damn pal, I changed my mind. And they kept the title on Lesnar, which was just stupid, especially with, even though it would have been a terrible reaction at the end with the show, better than keeping the title on Brock all the time. But instead they delayed it, and they finally put on Roman at SummerSlam, and it felt like a breath of fresh air because finally something else where a champion is actually there on television. Thank goodness. So, Roman Braun is main eventing this show, and Mick Foley is a referee. Because, like I said before, he knows Hell in a Cell very well. He was Hell in a Cell referee for the Bad Blood 2003 match for Triple H, Kevin Nash. I don't think he was referee any other Hell in a Cell. If so, then my memory's slipping. But then you get to the finish, because this match went 24 minutes. A little bit more than that, but still, generally rounding here. So, the match happens, and then all of a sudden, here comes Brock, runs down, knocks the Hell in a Cell door off its hinges, takes out Mick Foley. I think Heyman had to like pepper spray him or something, because like, Mick taking a bump is not the best idea, because his health and injuries that have mounted up are the reason why he didn't have that feud with Dean Ambrose that they kind of started on social media a little bit in a personal videotape back in 2012, so they have to be careful with Foley and everything. But they incapacitate Foley. He can't referee. The door's knocked off the cell, like, off the hinges and everything, so we got no door to secure the match. And then Brock goes in. I think he brings the door into the cell, and he takes out both Roman and Braun. Like, F5s and everything. I think he might have used the door as a weapon. I can't remember off the top of my head. But he takes out both men, and the match ends in a no contest. Now, I know it's not the only time we would see a shitty ending to a Hell in a Cell. Like, we would see it again the next year for Seth and The Fiend. And I've already covered that in the 50 WWE matches you can avoid watching special that I did here. But it's just like they ended a Hell in a Cell match in a no contest, which we hadn't seen since, I think, 98. Because I think the last one was like the Mankind Kane one that happened on Raw. Because there was no actual ending to that one overall, but they end this Hell in a Cell in a no contest, which means that Braun's Money in the Bank cash-in went to waste. I think they probably wanted to try to protect Braun because he was still a large guy, but like his booking wasn't really the best up to this point, because remember one of the last significant things he did prior to Money in the Bank was teaming with Nicholas for WrestleMania, and that title reign did not last long. But they have a Hell in a Cell match that you would think would have a finish, and with a no contest, so that throws Braun Strowman's Money in the Bank cash into waste. And just when you thought Roman, at least he kept the title and everything, but I thought Brock was finally away. Finally, after a year and a half death grip with the title, I thought he was going to disappear. We'd get a break from him, but instead he's only gone for like a month. He comes back and ruins Hell in a Cell. And then he gets back into the title picture. I can't remember if this was during the time or not, like before or after they did the whole thing of, like, we know we've been shit, They changed the rules saying no more rematch clauses, and they changed the authority figures, like they got rid of Paige after she broke her neck and everything, saying that she can't be GM of SmackDown anymore. But I know at one point they got rid of the rematch clause, but yet Brock, he comes back, he's like, bounce, I want my rematch bounce, and all that shit. So now he's back in the title picture again, and they were supposed to do the triple threat at Crown Jewel, but Roman had to pull out because of leukemia, so he had to vacate the title, one-on-one, Braun versus Brock. Braun got his ass handed to him, and Brock was champion again. Like, my God. But it's just like, this finish alone from Hell in a Cell, that broke me. Because from this point forward, I rarely watched a full WWE pay-per-view / PLE to this day. There's some that I've seen in full, but not a whole lot. Like, I know we've had those 2-night WrestleManias. There are certain nights that I didn't see, like, I haven't finished watching Night 2 of WrestleMania 36, because we remember that night is when I lost my ZTV channel. We know that whole story. Didn't watch Night 2 of WrestleMania 38. Like, I would watch some matches here and there, but in terms of these full shows, I've rarely seen any since Hell in a Cell 2018, because that left a bad taste in my mouth because of how badly they chose to book that finish. Like, it wasn't necessary. Okay? It's just like, you waste a man's Money in the Bank cash in, and Brock is only away for a small bit of time before he comes back, and he's right back in the title picture after holding the title hostage for a year and a half. It was just like that. Like I said, I've barely seen any full pay-per-views. Like, I still have the pay-per-views like on my hard drive and everything. Like, I always collect them and have them like on my computer, but I've never gone back and watched most of these shows that have happened since then. And that's sad. But it's a fact, because that's what this show did to me. Just like, I've seen maybe like a good handful, but otherwise it's just like, pay-per-view happens, I'll go to bed and just like sleep, because I'm just like, I have no interest. Even with wrestling getting hot again, like with interest now that Triple H is taking over, I'm still not fully invested to just sit there and watch a full show live as it happens from beginning to end, or even on a replay. Because like, this show is what started that trend of me just being like, no thanks. So, at least now, there's now 2 stories on here of moments in WWE history that made me step away. Because this was just a no-go. So anyway, let me know y'all thought in the comment section below. What did you all think about that ending to the Hell in a Cell 2018, like, Hell in a Cell match? Because, like I said, that left such a bad taste in my mouth that still affects me to this day. Maybe I'll get that itch back to watch wrestling, like, in these full pay-per-views again, but I'm not sure right now. But anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you enjoyed today's episode, folks, please remember to leave a like, subscribe with that bell turned on here on YouTube. Comment what you thought below, and catch you guys later. Thanks for watching, folks. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace out, and good day, everybody.